This is amazing. Those stained glass windows? Yeah, it was pretty from the outside, but, inside is so much better. Especially since the crowd outside was a little unsettling. Not that we can't take care of ourselves, but I just don't like being watched. It doesn't look like a very safe area. I know, but you know our history with being watched. Force of habit, I guess. It's way better in here, though. I'm kind of surprised how many people are here. But then again, it's so pretty. And peaceful, too. It was funny the first time you said it, but if you make one more joke about me bursting into flames, disintegrating, or otherwise meeting my demise just because we're in a church, I will honestly smack you. Even if God is watching, I think she'd forgive me. Such a stereotype. It's like you're trying to irritate me. Yeah, well, you know what? You should feel right at home here, Angel. Doesn't being here feel like being in your mom's kitchen or something? Only, without the bigotry. All cozy and homey. You know what I mean. I don't care how unreligious you say you are. You can't escape your genes. In all seriousness, the angel markers aren't getting all tingly or anything, right? Yeah, I know. It's just a building. Just a structure built by one of many religions created by men. But you never know, there might be something weird about it. Maybe it's on special ground or was blessed by one of your ancestors or something. I mean, there's a legit vibe here, real peace and quiet. But also, I don't know, I can't even put my finger on it. I know, I won't disturb anyone praying. I just want to look around. Can we keep talking until she gets here? Make some distracting conversation, but in low voices? Thanks. Yeah, a bit. I mean, I'm excited, but I think nerves are normal. I haven't seen her in so long. Well, it was easy to focus on the excitement on the way here, The flight, the ride to the hotel, the trip over here. It's easy to get distracted by the scenery and the food and the everything about being here. It's easy for it to feel like a vacation, not something actually momentous. But now that we're waiting, now that it's so close. Who? Over there? No. No, I don't think so. I mean, she did say blue shirt, but that doesn't look like her. She looks a lot like me, I think. Or rather, I look like her. Same hair color and eye color and stuff. Unless she's dyed her hair or something. I feel like I'm babbling a bit. Sorry. Good question. I have no idea. I'm sure she has her reasons. I wouldn't have chosen a church for a meetup if it were up to me, but it wasn't. Maybe she didn't want us to know where she lives. Maybe she doesn't entirely trust us. No, not really. Honestly, can you blame her? There's so much bad blood between her and grandfather. No, definitely not. I don't hold that against her. I mean, that's different, isn't it? Okay, a little. I mean, she's my mom and she left me behind. But I get it. To a point, anyway. She wanted what was best for me. And she had to get away from him for her own health. She made a choice. I don't have to understand it or agree with it. Yeah, and maybe she had faith. She knew I'd be enough like her to not let grandfather change me. She knew I was strong enough. Yeah, I know, some of this is rationalization, but still, she had to have faith, right? She wouldn't have left me otherwise. Wait, hang on. I don't think so. No, that's not her. Sorry. I'm a bit jumpy. Completely justified in my jumpiness. Hey, thank you again. For being here. For bringing me here. You're making this happen for me. And all the nerves and anxiety and emotional baggage I have, that doesn't change the fact that you're the best partner I could have in this. You're keeping me sane in more ways than one, so yeah, thank you. I love you, sweetness. And if it's cool with you, I'd like to squeeze your hand for a second. Is it lewd to hold hands in a church? I know, I may or may not be super secretly stealing your strength right now so I can get through this. Shh, don't tell anyone, especially you. The waiting is really hard. Maybe we shouldn't have gotten here so early. I'm fine, I promise. How are you? Are you holding up okay? No, I know, but you're having to deal with me right now. That has to be taxing. Well, I appreciate it. Let's explore a little more while we wait. I really need to look at something that isn't the clock on my phone screen. Did you know there's a crypt downstairs? Yep, under the altar. It's basically a church on its own. I think all the bishops and archbishops of Sao Paulo are buried there. We can check it out in a bit. I just don't want to go down there while we're waiting and risk missing her. Oh, definitely. It sounds really cool. I wonder if any of those bishops or archbishops were vampires. Yeah, again, vampires predate human religion. There's no reason they couldn't have gone into the clergy. I think at least one Archbishop of Canterbury was a vampire. Why do these myths about vampires and Christianity keep persisting? How do rumors like this even get started? Yeah, well, I promise I won't go off on a rant. But sure, one or two of them might have been vampires. Would have made for some interesting stories. I wonder if Mom likes living here. You know what I mean, Brazil in general. I wonder if she's happy. She sounded happy enough on the phone, but I don't know, it had to be hard to relocate so far from home and family. Even with grandfather supporting her, I'm sure it wasn't easy. See, I'm lucky to have you. You've got my back. If I'd had to go into exile, you would have come with me. And you probably would have gone full divine retribution on anyone who tried to stop us. Because I know you, and I love you. Can't be too much longer, right? Should we pray or something? I don't know, I'm not very good at this. Did they? That doesn't surprise me. Your parents are very traditional. Although I would think the church they got married in wouldn't be quite this grand. Yeah, true. I'm sure it was a nice ceremony, though. White dress, the whole nine. Good for them. No, I mean that. I'm glad your parents got together. Because if they hadn't, you wouldn't be here. And I would have had a totally different roommate who probably didn't smell as great as you do, and who probably wouldn't share the popcorn or the blanket, and who probably wouldn't kiss like you, or dance like you, or electrocute my enemies like you. Exactly. So yeah, I'm glad your parents got married. What do you mean? For myself? I haven't really thought about it. I would say probably not a church, though. You know, old stereotypes die hard. I guess I'd want something really simple. Maybe outside, in a pretty place. A beach, or a mountainside inn, or even a pretty forest. Something elemental, you know? If I ever get married, I don't want it to be in an enclosed space full of the ghosts of dead priests and the sins guilty people have confessed. I want it to be someplace alive, someplace with energy and spirit. I want to feel like I'm part of something a lot bigger than myself. Sort of like how any good marriage is more than the sum of its parts, you know? It's more than just two people sharing a space. It's what they create together, what they help each other to be. I mean, you know me. I'm also practical. Marriage is a contract, and where we're from, it's a pretty big one. So many legal rights that you just get by marrying someone, and so much harder to extricate yourself from later. So yeah, it's a big deal, but even so, there's no reason why the act of getting married can't be something beautiful. Quiet and simple, but beautiful. No pomp or circumstance, just two people surrounded by nature, making a promise. Yeah, maybe. I am a hopeless romantic after all. But there's something deeper there. Well, think about it. There are things that were here long before humans, before vampires or angels or any other creatures. Earthly spirits, elementals, the magic building blocks. Those things still linger. Not nearly as strong as before, but they're there. And it would be nice to feel them. Just a bit, for a wedding. Also for a funeral, actually. If I die before you, have my funeral in the forest. Invite the earthly spirits. I can't think of better guides to help me pass to the other side. Yeah, okay, all this talk of crypts and churches and major life events has made me a bit maudlin. Plus, I'm pulled tighter than a bowstring right now. The anticipation may literally kill me. What about you? What's your dream wedding? Or funeral, for that matter? Have you ever thought about it? Yeah, it's easy to say what we don't want. Churches are so static. For you, I wouldn't be surprised if you wanted a drive-through wedding in Vegas. Oh yeah, they do that. Or maybe married by Elvis. What's not to love about that? Well, it's not like you have to have an answer. We're just making conversation. Besides, you did start it. Let's walk this way. Wait. That's... Sweetness, hold my hand. Hi, Mom. It's good to... Mom. It's really good to see you.